to Finding Calm in the Chaos. I am Denise Sith, and this is my podcast. Hello, everybody. Happy December. Oh my gosh. Happy Wednesday, and welcome to another episode of Finding Calm in the Chaos. I'm Denise, and I am kicking it. It is unbelievable. I can't believe it's December. So I feel like 2024 was like the purge year. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. It's kind of one of those things. It was the year where just like everything came to a head after the whole, seed debacle. Those years. I think that like 2025 is going to be pretty cool. I'm going to be really honest with you. I've actually already, so you guys know I don't make New Year's resolutions, and I have been choosing a word of the year. So my last word of the year was relish, as in relishing the things around me that mean something to me. My family, traveling, nature, myself, which probably should be first, but I'm working on it. Oh my God. So it is post Thanksgiving. We're full-fledged into the holiday season. I would say probably 90% of my decorations up. I have a little tree I need to put up upstairs, but Mr. Sith has to clean off his, my sewing table is also his desk. So he needs to clear that off. And then once that's cleared off, I can put that up. And then he needs to put up stuff outside. I did my porch, my front porch, which always looks pretty. Funny little story. So he also needs to put the lights on the house. So here's a big debacle in our family. I grew up colored lights. They're so pretty. But then I also feel they're like whimsical. But then I feel like white lights, which is what I have on my tree and pretty much everywhere, is classic. It's like a classic Christmas to me. So there's like whimsical color and classic Christmas. So I've decided that sometimes I want colored lights and sometimes I don't. Sometimes I wish I had different colored lights. You know what I'm saying? So I've decided that this is going to be the last year with this Christmas tree. And it's like, I think 5 or 6 years old. We got it when we got here, but it was like we had a crappy one the first year that we brought with us. I'm trying to think. We have not had a live tree since we've been here. Maybe we did the second year. We may have had one the second year. So this one I think is like 5 or 6 years old. And it's had a lot of wear and tear. It's like one day, but you're bending branches and tweaking. I call it fluffing. You're fluffing the tree. You're doing stuff. You're moving stuff around. Things are hanging on it. It's heavy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to splurge and get me one of the new Christmas trees that are like realistic, but they have 20 gazillion LED lights on them that twinkle and do different things. And they come in like 10 different colors. Like the lights when they're uncolored are like 10 different colors, but the lights aren't just one size. They have little lights and bigger lights and medium lights. And I'm like, I need this tree. So that is going to be my present to myself this summer. I'm going to buy that Christmas tree. So it's all ready to go for next Christmas 2025. Let's get through 2024 first, Denise, before we're talking about next year in reality. What else is going on? I had a glorious Thanksgiving, seriously, that kind of glorious. All right. It was just me and Mr. Sith and Peter, and I thought mother-in-law wasn't going to come. Then she wound up coming because we gave her an offer she couldn't refuse. She didn't want to drive. She has trouble driving. She has trouble with directions. In all honesty, she shouldn't have a license, but somehow she lost hers and walked into the DMV and they just gave her a copy and she walked out. If ever there was a time someone should be retested, there was a missed opportunity there. Just saying. Don't worry, she doesn't listen in. If she does, I don't think she'd disagree that she is a crappy driver. Probably shouldn't have a license. What else? So we actually, Mr. Sith said he would go pick her up like the day before, which was what, Wednesday? I don't know. Last week seems like 8 bazillion years away. So last week, so he picked her up on a Wednesday and she spent the night and then she had the day with us. And then he took her home after dinner and dessert. We didn't actually have dessert because we were too full. But let me tell you, hands down, I could throw down in the kitchen. Y'all know that, right? This was hands down the best Thanksgiving food I've ever made. I don't like turkey. Flat out, I'll maybe do a dark thigh. That's it. Right? Because there's nothing else to eat. Because I'm not a fan of ham either. There's that. So I was like, hey, I'm not going to make a whole turkey for 3 people, maybe 4, right? So she came. So I bought a turkey breast. And I'm like, I thought it was deboned, but that probably would explain it. First off, it was expensive for a damn breast. I remember paying for whole turkeys that were like almost 18 pounds that cost less than these damn breasts. So, hey, thanks, current administration. Anyway, I'm like, whatever. So, but I had to buy like a nice turkey that was like clean and blah, 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 but was already brined because I'm not going through that for a breast. So I wound up deboning because hello, I got culinary skills. That's the whole point of going to culinary school. I deboned it, butterflied it out, kept the skin, keeping that moisture. I made my own stuffing / dressing. I used both. So I made stuffing dressing. There's that. I don't like when I saw a recipe online the other day and it was somebody doing a reel and they were like best stuffing, recipe ever, but they didn't put it inside anything. And it's like, that's not stuffing. That's dressing. Get this right, America. Stuffing goes inside something because it's stuffing, and dressing goes in a casserole dish or on the side, and it's baked separately. Okay? Glad we cleared that up. So I made both. I had some in a casserole because I like things crispy on the outside. I'm that person. I like it crispy with like moist on the, like you're getting a slice. Sort of like that corner brownie. That's what I like. You know what I'm saying? Then I took a little bit. You don't want too much or like blow up in the oven. But I just stuffed it a little bit. First, I put it down. I rubbed it down with some herbal butter. Seasoned it really good. Sage, all the good things, right? Sage, thyme, rosemary. Those are those lovely Thanksgiving spices or herbs, I should say. I do sometimes like to use coriander as well. I love coriander. It's so good. Any chance I can use coriander, I just use it. And rolled it all up, got the twine out, rolled it all, tied my roll up so it wouldn't come out apart in the oven, and then given a nice rub down outside with some more herbal butter, a little drizzle of sage, and because I just love it. Fresh sage is glorious. I don't know who doesn't like, does anybody not like sage? It just has such a warm, fuzzy like feeling when you smell it. It's just, oh, I love it. So I did that and baked it. We also had roasted carrots wrapped in bacon, and then I put a maple syrup fresh thyme chopped up in there, a little brushing of that, kind of baked it off for another 10 minutes to get, a little sticky. It was glorious. Best carrots ever. I would totally make those every year. And what else did I make? And then we had the dressing on the side in case you didn't want, like Peter picked it out. He don't like it inside the turkey. So he just picked it out. And then he was like, yeah, I'm not really feeling this. He didn't want the dressing this year. He ate it last year. He didn't want to eat it this year. It's like, I don't know. He has his movements. So I just go with it because he eats. And then for Peter, in his honor, I made creamy, dreamy mac and cheese with cavatappi pasta. And then, what else did I make? Oh, I made this went over big on social media. So I made a shaved Brussels sprout salad with pomegranate seeds, and I made candied pecans, and what else is in there? I don't even know. Oh, dried cranberry, shaved Parmesan cheese, good stuff like Parmigiano Reggiano. Don't ever tell me the cheese comes out of a green container, because I will literally slap you in your face just to wake you up out of it. What else? What else is in there? And it's just like a mustard orange vinaigrette. It's delicious. Delicious. And had that. That's pretty much all we had food wise. I did make a cranberry. I didn't make it. I baked it. I got it from our wild grain box. They always have seasonal specials. So I don't like represent anybody anymore, but if I like stuff, I'm just going to tell you. Wild grain, there are these boxes of sourdough, okay, fermented sourdough too. So it's yummy. And I can't eat bread because it bothers me, but I can eat sourdough if it's good sourdough. So I found out about wild grain boxes, and they are by local artisans, and they do fermented sourdough. And they had a honey pecan cranberry roll, like pull apart roll, and you just bake it and they're ready to go. And all their stuff comes to you par baked. You just bake it off for like 20 minutes, 35 most. They have croissant, they have chocolate croissants, they have like apple bites, cherry pie bites, blueberry biscuits, Parmesan herb biscuits, and loaves of bread. And so I get those and I keep them. I get them once a month. And so this way I always have like fresh bread to bake off and stuff. It's awesome. It's fantastical. I highly recommend it. Wild grain. I don't even know if you want to order it and you want a discount. I don't even know if I have one. Let me know and I'll give you one if I have one. So wild grain, awesome company. So had that with it. I also made cheesecake caramel with like my vegan little vanilla marshmallows. They were good. I had never bought the vanilla before. I didn't even realize there was a flavor on it when I bought it, but they were yummy. Peter loved that. We couldn't even eat breakfast or dessert. I didn't even have dessert the night of Thanksgiving. We were too full. And then Mr. Sith had went over to Tom's farm, our local farmer, and he bought pumpkin pie and like a little cheesecake, like nothing major. And then I also made pumpkin loaf and with pumpkin spice chocolate chips. I don't even think I had that, to be honest with you. And I gained 0 weight. Bonus! Everyone's just like, how are you doing on your weight loss journey? Listen, I have maintained I lost like 40 pounds this year, but I've maintained it even on the days where I wasn't conscious of doing it. You know what I mean? And I got through my first holiday and I gained 0 weight. So that's good. I've been drinking tons of water. I have been cheating and doing like delectable sodas. I can't do Coke. Coke like throws me over the edge. I'm so addicted to it. If I drink a Coke, I'm all in and drinking 12 packs an hour. But I got like the Shirley Temple we tried. We tried the like I like cherry 7-Up. I know it's got red dye in it, but you know what? It's the freaking holidays, okay? And sometimes I just want something that everybody else has. And so I'm willing to make that trade. I will tell you the cranberry, it was like cranberry splash or spicy cranberry something 7-Up, Sprite. I don't even know. That was good. I also had a Canada Dry fruit splash and Canada Dry cranberry. You can't have that anymore. I don't sell them by us. They pulled them from the shelves. I'm like, they're gone. They're gone. So yeah, that's where we're at. So now I got to find like something else because I'm almost out of the ones I have. So I'm like, they don't sell them anymore. The cranberries were good. They were good. And so was that fruit punch because I love ginger ale. It's yummy. So that was what was going on with that. What's effective now? My son's a published author. It's official. December 1st, Popcorn World dropped, and that is fantastical. And I appreciate everyone's support. We have we have 2 markets that we needed to do. We have one today on Wednesday, and we have another one tomorrow. And I'm still waiting for my author copies so that he can sign them for people and sell them. I have a backup. I bought some at full price. So did his tutor. And they're being delivered tomorrow, hopefully, today, so that I can have them for tomorrow. That's about it. So on that note, I'm going to take a little break before we go in what I wanted to talk about going into the holidays and how to find a little peace and joy. But I'm going to take a little break to share with our new sponsor. You're not going to want to miss it.
Hello, I'm Peter Sith, and I'm here to tell you about something you have to have for your kids. My new book, Popcorn World. Peek inside my creative brain and meet Dylan, an ordinary kid who accidentally finds a portal to his new world in his basement while looking for his lost soccer ball. Your kids will totally be able to relate to Dylan and all his emotions, trials, and big act of kindness in my story. I worked on creating this book over the summer with my awesome tutor, Dr. Peterson. She helped me guide me through the parts of my book, and boom, Popcorn World was created. Another cool fact, my mom does all the drawings. Trust me, these pictures and the story are super cool, but you can find out yourself by picking up a copy on Amazon, and it's available worldwide. So even if my family and friends in Slovakia, Canada, Scotland, and Italy can get a copy of Popcorn World, don't forget the name, Popcorn World. Available on Amazon now! Let's make reading cool.
We are back. Oh my God, you guys, do you like my new sponsor? Hey, he dropped those like a pro, okay? He dropped that spot like a pro. So there's that. Pop Girl World, available on Amazon worldwide. Boop. So today I wanted to talk about, because I will tell you, before I went into my total tangent about what I made for Thanksgiving, even though I probably talked about it before, it was so delicious to me. It was so good. I also had gravy. But I will tell you, I had mentioned to someone that I thought it was the best dinner I ever did. And this person responded, I'm sure it was because you're a great cook, but I think it tasted extra special because you were able to enjoy it. And here's me. Wait, what? Might have been my therapist. Now that I'm thinking about it. She's like, yeah, maybe it's because you were able to sit down and not worry about, sitting down to your table and everybody already eating before even waiting for you to, sit down as the host and the cook. Yeah, because one year, if you know, if you've been listening to this podcast for 2.5 years now, there have been multiple occasions on Halloween that I have put the bird on the table and went to complete all of the other stuff. And before my husband and I could sit down at our table, they have already started grabbing food without us being at the table to take what we eat first. Like that ass kind of rude. I can't. So I have to agree. I think it may have tasted extra special because it came stress-free. And it really, at that point, it was like the aha moment for me. Wow. Like that really made a difference. Because when I say, like, man, my food's good, it's good. because I cook good. I know that. Okay. I love to cook. I find it relaxing. I don't like to be made to cook. I don't like that. But I don't like to be made to like do crafty stuff either. I like to do it like for my own relaxation and enjoyment. And so in that particular moment, last Thanksgiving, I was doing it for myself. And so not only was the food normally tasty, but it was a little extra special tasty. I liked that. But I wanted you guys to remember that one of the things that I struggled with in the past, because family is cray during the holidays. And this year, we have chosen, as a family of 3, to spend it ourselves. Now, don't forget, the mother-in-law was a kind of last minute. She invited herself and I went, whatever. But next year, not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Period. Next year, I will have my own holiday. Will I host more holidays in the future? Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just do them for friends or people who appreciate them and appreciate me and don't stress me out. You know what I'm saying? And right now, my family stresses me out. So I've just opted to step away. This way, I'm not a burden to them because apparently I'm a burden to some of my family. And I'm an asshole. And I'm selfish. And I think I'm better than everybody. So that's cool. You do you and I'll do me. Have fun with that. So I found that going into Christmas, I am remembering that the holidays are about finding joy and peace. I do not want to be a center of attention. The holiday is not about being the center of attention. And I am giving myself permission to do what feels right for me. And in that, I'm finding moments of contentment and most of all, of freaking gratitude. Like really, it's unbelievable. Now, one of the things that I really, really am trying to do is practice self-care. I have said no to so many things this year that I normally we even said no to Mr. Sith's holiday party because number one, we don't have a babysitter. Okay. Or we have to drive if I drive him to grandma and grandpa's, that's going all the way into the city of Chicago, which is like an hour plus ride for us now. So why are we doing that to just have dinner? And in all honesty, like I just wind up talking to everybody. I don't even know who anybody is. Mr. Sith can never tell me anybody's names, or if he does, I can't hear him. Plus, that's another thing. I'm in a social environment. It's loud. We're in a banquet room of some sort or a party room, and the ambience is very loud and I cannot hear. So I don't want people thinking I'm rude, but I can't just keep having conversations with people where I'm shaking my head and smiling and looking at their lips and hoping I got the conversation right. So it's like, yeah, whatever, right? But what I did was I am examining what helps me feel at peace. Okay. I'm building then those experiences into like my daily life. What do you do? For me, it's crocheting. I'm crocheting or drawing every day or doing my Italian. I love taking an Italian lesson. I'm just doing a computer program. I'm almost done with Duolingo. I'm like in legendary status right now, and I pretty much done the whole thing, but the final unit, and I'm ripping through that. And reducing stress, all of that. Okay. Self-care, finding those experiences to fit into your daily life. That is what helps reducing stress. Okay. And relaxation does what? Right. It lowers your blood pressure, reduces cortisol levels in your blood. It's overall better for your health. I mean, duh, right? We should know this by now, period. Another thing is a lot of people said, do you feel bad about what happened a couple weeks back with your sister? And you just like, I've cut it off, right? So do you harbor any resentment is what my therapist asked me. And in all honesty, I'm not. And that is the first time I can honestly say that I'm answering that way. And I'm really not. Because usually I am. And I'm going to tell you why. Because it's taken me 55 years to understand that when you harbor hard feelings, especially resentment or anger, which I struggled with both, Okay. It's bad. Okay. It's super bad, guys, because it significantly impacts your mental health. And I have literally enough stress, anxiety, all that stuff. Okay. If you have depression or you already suffer from anxiety or you're already stressed out, it's just horrible to hold those kind of resentments. And when you're I'm trying to think of how to say this. You're damaging relationships in general when you're creating negativity, and it also, you're not moving forward. Okay. Now, a lot of people are like, hey, that person, what if that person did something that was like completely, narcissistic or mean or illegal or, I mean, I don't want to go into it and do a trigger warning here but those all things are real. Okay. But when you hold on to these hard feelings, especially in anger, like I used to, it really significantly impacts your mental health. Okay. Because when you can't let go, you're constantly reliving that negative experience. Okay. And that actually increases, it worsens the anxiety or the symptoms you have over the original occurrence. Okay. Holding a grudge. Oh, I was the queen of that. Queen of grudge. Okay. That is a negative impact with any interaction with others, not just the person you're holding the grudge against, but all of your interactions. Okay. Because it leads to tension, conflict, and trust in a lot of ways, because that person might know that you hold a grudge against that person. And if they don't feel that it was that, I guess, of a severity that you would hold a grudge like that, they might start thinking maybe they shouldn't share information with you, right? The physical health. Oh man. So I know about this. The consequences that you have on your chronic stress, just from dragging and harboring negative emotions, they seriously contribute to physical health issues. Okay. High blood pressure. I don't have that, but it definitely weakens your immune system. And I suffer from that greatly with multiple autoimmune diseases. Okay. Do you know what else happens when you can't let go and you hold on to a grudge? You have a negative mindset. Because I'm serious, when you're focusing on all these past, beefs, grievances, I guess that's a better grown up word. You can really distort your perception of the current situation. Okay. And that then leads you down the road to this pessimistic road. Okay. And then you start finding it difficult to enjoy positive experiences. And that's what was happening to me. And I couldn't have that. It's just like you're constantly spiraling. It goes out of control. And also, when you are consumed by all these negative emotions, your ability to make actual daily rational decisions is affected. I guess it can be affected. You might not even know it's being affected, but they are. They are. Okay. What do you do instead of holding a grudge? Well, acknowledge and process your emotions, period. Don't suppress them. See, my issue was I suppressed them and then they came to the surface erupting as rage. That's no bueno to me or anybody around me. Okay. It's just not okay. Learn to allow yourself to feel your emotions and understand where they come from. Because a lot of times your reactions to things that trigger you come or stem from childhood trauma or something from the past. I'm not a therapist, but I am an activist. Like, I've been through all this, you know what I'm saying? And lots of therapy. My therapy that I pay for is free therapy for you. You also want to communicate openly, because if possible, you need to talk to the person. If you don't, that's okay. Cut them off. And everyone's like, Denise, just cutting people off. Oh, we're going to get to that. We're going to get to cutting off. And I'm going to tell you a little story about that. And you know me, what to do, acknowledge and process your emotions, try to communicate openly. If you can't, turn them off and seek professional help. You guys, I cannot tell you how much I love my therapist. I've told you before, and I'm going to keep telling you going forward because I love my therapist. There's that. Now let me tell you this. I have a friend who is a Christian. I am also a Christian. However, when I told her that I cut off my sister because it was necessary for my mental health and to reevaluate just processing the healthiness of the relationship that we had, which there was no healthiness. It was unhealthy. And the constant, she harbors a lot of ill feelings towards me. That's on her, not on me. Okay. Because she's done tons of things to me, just like the recent episode after Chica passed, my dog. She exhibits a lot of things that are just very selfish, but somehow that always gets poured out on me. Classic narcissist behavior. But this friend was like, listen, and it was a friend, by the way. So I accepted these words because this is what she had talked about. And I wanted to make sure that I was hearing her because I appreciate her and I trust her judgment and I honor her advice. And so she had said, you really shouldn't, as a Christian during Christmas, cut people off because it's not showing her the grace that Jesus would. And I thought about that, and then I sat on it, and then I researched it, and then I did devotional on it. And I want you to know this. That's awesome that she said that, but let me tell you what Jesus would do. Jesus would cut them off because he wasn't opposed to going no contact when you read. And I can't tell you what I read because I don't know because I'm not that good at it. Typically speaking, though, God recommends the no contact method of dealing with a narcissist. Okay? You have to imagine that for as many people as Jesus helped, think about it, there were several more that he walked away from for many reasons. And he actually taught that mindset to his disciples. So no, don't stay in a situation that you are being mistreated or having boundaries crossed or physically or mentally abused because you feel that Jesus would not do that. Because Jesus would. He cuts them off. Okay? So you cannot save everybody. But the one person that you can always save is yourself. Don't forget that, my friends. All right. That's what I got for you this week. I'll see you guys on Saturday again. Happy December. And you know what it is. Lead with kindness and lean into God. Bye-bye.